Aha! Can you hear me now? I apologize. Oh man, here I am talking to myself like a fool. Man. Um. Yeah. Hi. So I feel like should I start all over? I've been showing the book and stuff, but I haven't. I guess apparently I haven't been saying stuff. I've started my spiel. I was all like, man, people on the replay they're gonna be like entertained by this. They're gonna be like, yeah, I'm watching a video here, but apparently not. I don't know. So yeah, I guess I should start over. Start my whole rant over. Where do I begin? So I made this this book. This is called, as you can see, it is called, quite clearly, easily readable. It is called The Shadow Assassin. Its spelling is impeccable. It's not the Shao and the Shodu Assassin. No, it's The Shadow Assassin. And you can see the correct title is, spelling is on the back. That's actually the title of the book. It's also on the spine, The Shadow Assassin. You've also got your nice little Zuvak on the spine over here. Pretty cool. Now, this was my first experiment in creating a book totally with AI. Using the AI. Compaq says it looks so freaking cool. Thanks so much, Compaq. But yeah, this was made using the AI Chat GPT. I used it to come up with the outline for this novel. I then used it to write the entirety of the novel based on its outline. Turns out it's not the greatest at following its outline. It sort of does, but then it'll just wildly go off in different directions. It's weird. But yeah, like I create like I didn't write this. ChatGPT wrote this. I didn't tell it what to do. I told it to come up with an idea. Like, okay, I fed it the entire, like, an overview of the entire PCG universe, some of the most common characters, the planets, the settings, stuff like that. I fed that into it, and then from there, it was able to generate an outline for a novel. Then from the outline, I had it, write the first chapter, and then I'm like, okay, write chapter 2. Okay, write chapter 3. And it does. I wanted it to be centered on a new original character, so it created the character of Mia, a 17-year-old skilled assassin trained by her father in the art of stealth and deception. So that is who this book stars, but it is set in the PCG universe. Zuvak makes an appearance. Agent Peanut makes an appearance. They play pretty major roles in the story. As does Zach the character, not Zach the person. Zach the character, totally different. But yeah, it pulls out a bunch of cool things from the PCG universe. It's able to write this novel with them, and I thought it did a pretty good job. Now, when I say it wrote the novel, bear in mind I was doing some heavy editing on it. Wait. Before I go any further, Compact Dev says, what AI did you use for the images? Good question. I used different AIs. I kept trying different AIs. I'm like, man, it is hard to get what you want out of an AI art thing. Like, as much as there's all this controversy about whether AI art is art, whether it's going to steal the jobs of artists. For this novel, I thought it was fitting to have all the art be AI generated because it's an AI generated novel. That's the point of it. It's an experiment, right? But to answer your question, which AI did I use? I used a bunch of different ones. I was trying all of them. I tried as many of them as I could because you're trying with one and you just keep putting in the prompts and you can't really get it to do what you want. Right? Like, especially describing Zuvak is very difficult to get it to come up with anything that looks even remotely like Zuvak. And I didn't succeed. So I ended up not putting any images of Zuvak in the book. But it is able to come up with pretty good generic looking stuff. So yeah, I used Stable Diffusion is one, and the other thing, which is built on Stable Diffusion, is another that I used. I tried one that's called Starry AI. That one comes up with some pretty cool stuff. I used I might have used Midjourney for a few. No, I don't think I used Midjourney. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, it's because I thought my credits were all used up, but I guess they're not. But yeah, I was sort of just looked for as many different AI art software online that I could find, and just use, some of them I used free trials, some of them I just they are free. Stable Diffusion is just free to use. So I was just using as many as I could to get the closest I could get to what I wanted to do. So yeah, there's the cover is AI generated art. This looks pretty good. I think if you saw this cover in Barnes & Noble, you wouldn't think anything of it. This is like a generic young adult novel cover, except for the weird text. AI-generated art makes dream text, it looks like text until you look directly at it and try to read it, and then it's like, what? Compact Dev says, that's so cool. I used to be scared by AI, but my opinion changed since. Now I'm amazed by it. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. Compact Dev, haven't you been using AI art the longest? I think a lot of your Ann Tempest universe images that you made, a lot of those were AI generated, weren't they? That was back in the day before AI art was becoming this whole big thing, right? But yeah, Yeah, it's a weird world. It's easy to get, this is new. It's fundamentally different from what we've been able to do before. It's easy to get, like, freaked out by all of it. What does this mean? How is it gonna, change society? I do totally agree. It is amazing. It is, like, imagine, like, talking to someone from, like, 1,000 years ago and explaining what we can do. It's like, oh, yeah, I just, like, type a command and then it just creates an image. There's no person, nobody drew it. It just happens. It's like, dude, that's just straight up magic, right? Like that's how incredible our technology has gotten. But not even 1,000 years ago. Like, dude, just like 50 years ago, 10 years ago, this would have been incredible. Like, I mean, okay, it's incredible now. What am I talking about? I guess it's just eternally incredible. But like, what we are able to do is very godly in its power, and the engineers who have created this are absolutely incredible. And like ChatGPT, like what it was able to do in this novel. Now the thing is, like, it can't write the whole novel on its own yet. I mean, I think it's like ChatGPT is not built for long projects like this. So working with this was kind of a hassle. It was not easy because it'll come up with things that don't make sense. A lot of the time it'll like make chapters that are just like generic. They're too short. They're not interesting. Not enough happens. And so you have to keep coaxing it. You're like, okay, rewrite that chapter, but, add more dialogue. Rewrite that chapter, but, change the ending, rewrite the chapter, but, and I never told it what to do specifically. Like, I would never say, make this happen or make that happen. But, it required a lot of coaxing. But once you give it a lot of coaxing, it can come up with some pretty good stuff. Compact Dev says, yeah, I feel like it's the next evolution to art, like what electronics was in the late 20th century. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I think so. I mean, absolutely, it is gonna totally change art in a fundamental way. What that is gonna look like, it's is sort of hard to say. I think for sure, it's certainly a time-saving tool. It'll like make it so you can create art in much more easily. If you're an artist, I mean, yeah, like I get there's all these concerns about losing your job to art, to AI art, I mean, but also if you're an artist, it can also help you in the sense that it's a creative tool for you, right? It's no different from, well, I mean, it is different, but it's like, already artists use like art software, right? Like not everybody is like physically putting brush to paper anymore. Or even if they do, they still use AI to enhance it. And that, or like computer software to enhance it. And that technology makes art take less time. It makes it easier. It makes you more able to do things. Like if you want to put like just the ability to have different layers, right? Like just the ability to like be drawing something and you put something above the other thing. That is a huge thing. So artists are already using all sorts of technology to make art easier. I think this can be used in the same way. You can use this as a basis. You can use it as a canvas. You can use it. There's a lot of ways you can use it. But additionally, like, it does mean that it's easier if you want to, let's say you're a band and you want to create an album cover, right? You can put that into AI. Hey, Sinister Productions PCG, how's it going? But yeah, what's going on? We are discussing the AI-generated PCG novel, which I have created. It is, see, it's got a little Zuvak on it. This is the AI ChatGPT wrote this, and I, had it printed. Well, I edited it also, but yeah, I think that this is like AI is gonna it's changing a lot of things. It's gonna fundamentally change things. But yeah, so let's talk about this book. So this book is called The Shadow Assassin, and to get it to create this book, I fed it like the entire, well, not the entire, like I fed it basically an overview of the PCG universe and you know, some of the main characters, whatnot. Like here in the book, I actually included the part of like what I fed to it. It says, this is a basic overview of the PCG franchise and universe, blah, blah, blah. The Paper Computer Games franchise is a series of adventure games on paper. They were first created by Chris DeLuca when he was a kid. The franchise has its own fictional universe, the PCG universe, and many characters, planets, etc. And it goes on to have a list of characters, like over here you've got Zuvak. He's a robot clown on a stick, no arms, basically a metal tripod, blah, blah, blah. His basic story. Then down here you've got Ginkus, and then you've got just all different characters. I put a lot of characters, and it did not put all the characters in the novel. It chose, like, a few of them, right? And I didn't tell it which ones to use. But it gravitated to Zack and Zuvak and Agent Peanut. It also used Babel and the Umbrians and, whatchamacallit, from, Lily, from Pierre's PCG Genesis and Exile, and you know, that whole mythology. Sinister Productions PCG says, this makes me want to make a novel. That's awesome. You should. And like, you know, ChatGPT, like, I'm not saying you should use it to write your novels for you. You definitely probably shouldn't do that all the time. I mean, like, I just did, so, you know, I'd be a hypocrite if I said you can't do that. However, I think, like, this isn't as good as if it was written by a person, right? Like, it's pretty good. It's readable. It's enjoyable, but it's not to the level of something written by a human. But like, I think this can save you a lot of time and resources in that, you know, like, you won't have as much writer's block, you know, if you use ChatGPT. Like, let's say you're having trouble coming up with an idea for a novel. You're like, all right, I have this part idea that I like, right? Like, let's say, for example, I'm trying to come up with a murder mystery, right? And you say, like, hey, I want to have a murder mystery, and I want it to be set, you know, on this planet. Like, let's say the planet Shri, right? And you can put that into ChatGPT and say, like, listen, I need a central mystery. Give me a mystery, right? It'll come up with one. And then you can still write the novel, but it can come up with some of a few basic characters. It can come up with a core mystery, and you can always change that later. But it gives you a starting point. You know, it gives you, you know, a basic. You know, I think of it almost like sculpting, right? It'll give you the rock, the basic rock, and then you chisel away at it until it becomes something you really want. Sinister Productions PCG says, I started one a while back, but only got like halfway through. Oh man, that's awesome. I'm almost thinking, like, maybe I could try feeding it some of my old short stories that I'd started writing and never finished, and have it write an ending. Like, the endings aren't going to be as good as if I wrote them, but it could give me a starting point, and then, you know, like I said, I can chisel away at it and, like, edit it, change it, add lines, remove lines, until it becomes a good ending. And, like, the fact that the AI will write something and put it there, it gives me a starting point, you know? Sinister Productions PCG says, that would be awesome. Yeah. The fact that I can write a whole novel with this, granted, this was not easy. You know, this was a whole process. Probably a few years from now, it'll be easy to write a whole novel using AI. Like, it'll happen like that. But right at this particular moment in time, using ChatGPT to write a novel is very difficult. The first few chapters will go fine, but you have to keep coaxing it to come up with what you want. And also, after a while, like, once you've been working on this for quite some time, it forgets what you were talking about. And it's like, who's the main character again? What's this novel about? And then you have to feed it the same information again, and it's harder to get it to cooperate. And it'll, you know, there are times when it'll have the characters do things that, like, don't match their, like, what's been established about them. Hey, Cool PCG says it's going. Welcome aboard. But yeah, there are certainly times where that is the case, but by and large, it's pretty good. Especially like in chapter 1, it really knew sort of what it was doing. But you like, I don't know. It's kind of like, it's like, imagine if like, it's like a train, but it keeps wandering off the track somehow. It's like going forward with the plot, and then it just kind of wanders off to the side. And then for it to come out with a good novel, you have to sort of redirect it, be like, nope, get back on the track. And so the novel sort of is a collaboration. It's not completely just the AI. The AI didn't just completely write everything. I had to like, when it went in a wrong direction, I had to like guide it, because it would come out with weird plot things that didn't make any sense. Like, the villain captures the hero. She's hiding out. Okay, there's a part where Mia in this book is hiding out with Zach and Zuvak, right? She's hiding out with them in an abandoned factory. Then agents of the company break in. They capture her. And then, she's taken to meet the Shadow, the leader of the company, right? And it's like, oh man, this is big. But then the Shadow's like, all right, I'm going to have some of my best people train you. It's going to be Zach and Zuvak. And you're like, wait, what? Like, aren't Zach and Zuvak fighting against you? Why would they work with you to train Mia? And there's just like no explanation, and that gets confusing. So that was one time where I had to be like, okay, I tried to get it to explain where it was going with that, if it had a plan or what it was doing. Eventually I redirected it and was like, okay, don't use Zach and Zuvak, have, somebody else working for the Shadow train them, because that wouldn't make any sense. Cool PCG says, make a Zuvak novel. Well, what is this? What do you call this? That's a Zuvak novel, right? Well, I mean, at least Zuvak's in it. I should, that is a good idea, actually. I would like to make a full novel about Zuvak. Maybe a novelization of my classic PCG, Zuvak, The Life and Times of a Clown on a Stick. That would be pretty cool. I don't know. And have pictures, yeah. The pictures is the tough part. Well, I mean, I guess you would just have to draw the pictures. I was able to use all AI art for this book. Like, let's see. Some of this is pretty good. But the ones that are good are all like super generic. Like this one. This is a scene where she sits down to this is where she meets the Shadow, and she's having a conversation with him. So I guess that would be the Shadow over here, and here's Mia, and they're having like a chat. But this is super generic, right? It's a Shadow. This isn't really like the person, the Shadow, how he's described. It still works in this novel, but it's not, you can't, like, and it looks really cool. I really like that. Check out that, like, pencil sketch aesthetic. That is really impressive for an AI to come out with. But to get it to do exactly what you want, like, particularly Zuvak, it is near impossible to get an AI art thing to draw Zuvak. Like, it does not want to do it. Even in some of the AIs where you can actually feed them an image and have them modify that, they keep trying to, like, change the image of Zuvak. It's hard for it to understand that Zuvak's head is his head and the hair is hair. And so it'll be like, I don't know, it'll come up with weird stuff where, like, it'll put a head on top of Zuvak's head, and Zuvak's actual head turns into, like, just a knob or something, and his hair will turn into, like, arms. Like, it's hard to get it to make something that actually looks like Zuvak. It's very difficult. And I've tried with a bunch of different AI art things, and, right now, it just can't be done, it seems. Or at least it's very, very difficult. Cool PCG says, or make a PCG comic book. Well, I did that. Hold on. Let's pull out the PCG comic book. Wait, is it up here? Yeah, here it is. behold, my PCG comic book. Balzac Origins Matak. I've showed this off in other videos and streams on the channel. I still kind of want to do more. But yeah, this is a full comic. You can get it on the PCG shop. You know, it's all color inside. It's, you know, nice and pretty. It's got a full story, lots of dialogue, cool characters or whatever. At least I hope they're cool characters. I like them, but I made this, so I'm talking about my own stuff. So I am biased. However, there is now a review of this comic up on Epic Worlds PCG's channel, so you should check that out. I am super thankful to him for reviewing. Like, he reviewed this, and he reviewed my other book, Paper Computer Games, The Official Chronology 2022 edition, which, by the way, I should probably make the 2023 edition. Okay, but, yeah, can I get it in South Africa? Oh, wow, you're in South Africa. That's awesome. Like, people are, like, PCG fandom is, like, expanding all over the world. It's wild. I didn't know I had anyone who was into it in anywhere in Africa. But, like, I mean, I know there's people in, like, the Middle East who are into it, like, Pakistan and India, and there's people in, like, Fiji and the UK, and, you know, but Africa's a new one. That's really cool. Can I get it in South Africa? I don't actually know. I don't know. I'm gonna, you know what? I feel like probably not, but I can. But let me look into that at Cool PCGs, and feel free to remind me. I will try and create a shipping thing for South Africa. It should be possible. And if not, I'll make a digital version. I'm going to make a digital version regardless. So if nothing else, you can definitely get the digital version. So, yeah, it might just be possible right now. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into it. But yeah, like I think in theory, yeah, I don't know. I'll look into it. But yeah. So if Cool PCG says thanks because I want the comic. Oh yeah, the comic. Definitely there is a there's a digital edition of the comic available right now on the PCG shop. So if you like, here, let me share my screen. If you go to papercomputergames.com and you click on shop and you go down here to PCG comics. These are all comics by different people, and here is my comic. This is the physical one. This is the one that will be shipped to your house. This is the digital one. What would happen if I were to click on this? So, like, definitely you can get the digital one from anywhere in the world. The physical one, let's see. Oh, wow. Whoa. I can upload a file. That's cool. I think, like, I added a new add-on to be able to upload a file, but I didn't think it had started to work. But regardless, that's another story for another day. Yeah, let's remove all these items from my cart. Okay, now let's see. What if I were to try to purchase this, and my region is in South Africa? What happens then? South Africa. My first name is Tom Asterbun. I don't know. I just made that up. Wait, let me get my face on here. Cool PCG says I want the physical one. Oh yes, awesome. Thank you so much. I'll put my real email address in here. It sent me a code. That's so annoying. Code is 582480. No, but what if I want to use a different address? What if I want to use, what's an address in South Africa? Fake address in South Africa. Okay. Lookout Beach, Batu, local municipality, Western Cape, 6600, phone number, country, latitude. Can it accept this? It doesn't have like a number, like a let's try it. Lookout Beach. Western Cape. Oh wait, no. Maybe I should put in the city field. Lookout. It was Lookout Beach, right? I like this name, Leslie Masango. I don't know why that name is. I don't know. I just like that name. Okay. Lookout Beach. How much will the shipping cost? I don't know. If like the shipping would depend on how far away you are from the manufacturer, which I don't know how much that is. I think it should calculate that. No, this is not in the U.S. Oh, country region, South Africa. There it is. Lookout Beach. Was it Eastern Cape? It was Western Cape. Postal code is 6600. And, yeah. It says enter an address. There's no, 23 Oak Ave. Okay, there, let's do that. Shipping not available for the selected address. Okay. So, yeah, I am just going to have to create one then. That was an entirely too long test of that. Sinister says, yeah, I think I'm going to pick up with the old book because I really liked the idea of it. Awesome. Is it a PCG-related book or just a book? Either way, that's really cool. Did you see my music vid? Yeah, let's check that out now. Okay. Oh, hey, it's the stream. Check that out. Whoa. Okay. I need to not get distracted. I need to do what I came here for. I'm very distractible today. I'm a bit behind on my sleep. That's the thing. Like, I'm not like super tired. I'm not like falling asleep or anything. I'm awake. It's just that my focus, like it's hard to focus, you know? I don't know what it is. I hate when I get like this though. What am I doing? Oh yeah, subscriptions. It wasn't a PCG related, but I guess it could be. Maybe make a stream about it. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, there we go. Paper Computer Game song by Cool PCGs. Yeah. Yeah, it's tutorial bot. about this feels very 90s. Oh yeah, I did see this and I commented. Did I not share this though? I should share it. Let's share it in a post. Yeah, there we go. That was pretty sweet. What am I doing? Who am I? Am I on a live stream? What's going on? Did I just pop into existence? Is this the beginning of my life? Yeah. So, oh yeah, I was talking about oh my god, I'm so sorry. Maybe I shouldn't do a stream right now. Like it's like I keep losing focus in the middle of the sentence. It's bad. But I wanted to get a stream out because I'm supposed to go hang out with some folks in a bit, and I wanted to talk about this just a little bit. So, okay. Let us yeah. So this is a this is a pretty cool novel. I do like the basic premise of it. So it's this Mia is this assassin, right? Let me just read you the blurb, right? It says, 17-year-old Mia is a skilled assassin trained by her father in the art of stealth and deception. But when her father is killed by the Shadow, the mysterious leader of the evil organization known as the Company, Mia is forced to flee for her life. With the help of Zack, a brave hero from Earth, and Zuvak, a robot clown on a stick, Mia sets out on a quest for revenge against the Shadow and the Company. Along the way, she discovers her true identity and the powerful abilities that come with it, and must confront the dark secrets of her past in order to defeat the Shadow and bring justice to her father's killers. Cool BCG says sneak peek of new vid. I don't know. Perhaps. Like, I just think it's very cool that it's able to do this at all. Like, you know, it's able to understand these characters and do interesting things with them. And like I said, it does. Sinister says it sounds kind of like a dystopian kind of novel. Kinda. Well, I guess not really. I don't know. It's just an assassin. Her dad is killed, and then she has to fight back against the Company, which is this evil worldwide organization. So it's just, I guess it just starts in modern present day Earth. But there's this whole secret, evil, underground thing going on. And it's able to come up with some really cool stuff. Should I read a chapter? Is that what I should do? I feel like... I don't know. Maybe I'm not getting anywhere with this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having difficulty focusing. I think if you guys ask me questions or something or talk to me, that would make it easier. But story time with Zach, yay. Oh, should I actually read it? Okay. Let's do the thing so that you guys can see the pages as I read it. All right. Let's go into my app thing. And okay. So, here is the novel. Let's actually turn this upside down. Transform. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's pretty good, right? Please do not end live. Okay. I'll try not to. All right. Should I get some background music for this? Let's get some background music for this. Hold on. Let's see. What should I do? Let's do that stuff. That's easiest. Okay. Let's read, all right? Story time with Zach. The Shadow Assassin by ChatGPT and Zach Rosatelli. You can skip past my part which describes what it was like to work with an AI author. Chapter 1. On the Run. Mia had been living in the shadows for as long as she could remember. Hold on. Her father, a skilled assassin, had taught her everything he knew about tracking and eliminating targets without leaving a trace. Mia was a quick learner, and by the age of 17, she was just as deadly as her father. But despite her training, Mia never thought she would one day be on the run for her life. It had all started when her father received a mysterious contract from the Shadow, the enigmatic leader of the evil organization known as the Company. Mia had always been wary of taking on jobs for the Company, even before she knew about the Company's intentions. She'd heard rumors of their cruel and ruthless methods, and she didn't want any part of it. But her father had always been desperate for money, and he saw the contract as a chance to finally get ahead. Mia had begged her father not to take the job, but he had insisted that it was too good of an opportunity to pass up. He told her that they would be in and out before anyone knew what they were there. The next day, Mia's father left for the mission and never returned. When Mia returned home from her own job, she found the door to the safe house slightly ajar. Her heart racing, she pushed it open to find the interior in shambles. The furniture was overturned, the walls were scratched and dented, and there was no sign of her father. Mia's stomach dropped as she realized what had happened. The Company had come for her father, and they had taken him. Desperate and alone, Mia knew she had to flee before they came after her, too. She grabbed a few essentials and set out into the night, her heart heavy with grief and her mind filled with thoughts of revenge. As Mia made her way through the city, she kept to the shadows and avoided any potential witnesses. She'd been taught to blend in and disappear, and she put those skills to use as she made her way towards the edge of town. She kept her head down and moved quickly through the crowded streets, but even with her training and experience, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. As she neared the edge of town, she heard the sound of footsteps behind her and turned to see a group of men in dark suits approaching. They were all heavily armed, and Mia knew instantly that they were working for the Company. Company agents sent to capture her and bring her back to the Shadow. Sinister Productions PCG says, if I was to finish my novel, would you mind if I put it on the shop, even though it's kind of gory? It's fine if it's not. Sure. Why not? Just put that in the description so, people know. I'm sure, there can be, a rating system or something. But, just as long as people know what they're getting when they put it. I'll put, a warning. Yeah, sounds good. She scanned the area for any potential escape routes, but it was too late. The agents had her surrounded. She drew her weapons, a sleek black katana and a silver throwing star emblazoned with the initials of her father, and prepared to fight for her life. Come on, let's do this, she muttered to herself, trying to ignore the fear that was creeping up on her. Before she could even make a move, a bolt of electricity shot past her and took out the operatives. Mia turned to see a strange robot standing behind her, a clown on a stick with tufts of green hair and a metal rod for a body. "Are you okay?" the robot asked in a voice that sounded almost human. Mia nodded, still in shock. "Who are you?" "I'm Zuvak," the robot said, "and I think we have a lot in common." And that is the end of chapter number 1. Now, chapter number 1 was pretty good. Or at least, I didn't have to do too much rewriting. The only time, it came out basically the same, but the original version of it was, more bare bones. I guess I did have to do a bunch of rewriting. Or not rewriting myself, but, having the AI rewrite it. Because it's super, even now, it's super non-specific. It's sort of skimming over. She came home and found her dad dead, or dad missing, and now, she's on the run. And it just sort of skims over that in 2 paragraphs. So I would be okay, retell that, but with a bit more detail, explain what she felt when she came in and saw that, so that helped this be a little bit more fleshed out. This ending here, though, I'm Zuvak, and I think we have a lot in common. The AI came up with that on its own, and I thought that was pretty good. We have this, which is the best it could do for an AI generated Mia and a robot in the city, after she just met Zuvak. It doesn't look anything like Zuvak at all, but this is the best I could come up with, after trying many different AIs. And I think this looks really cool. I really like the aesthetic. It's sort of pixel art, kind of if you look close, it looks, it's kind of pixelated. It looks like it could be an adventure game from the 90s, but it's super intricate with lots of buildings. I think this is a really nice piece of art. But is it what I asked for? Not entirely. It's very difficult to get anything that looks like Zuvak. But yeah. Should I keep going? I'll put a poll in chat. Should I read one more chapter? Let's make a poll in chat. Sinister says, honestly, it's up to you, man. Yeah, do it. No, you're fine. Go for it. We've got one vote. Is there anyone else, can you talk about PCGs, please? Well, what do you want me to talk about PCGs? Alright, let's end the poll. Yes is 100%, but I think that's with, one vote, though. Let me refresh the page. My PCG. I haven't actually, played your PCG, so I don't know enough about it to talk about it. Okay, so there's one vote with 100%. I don't know. We have one who does not want me to read another chapter, and one who does. So I feel like that cancels out. Shoot! Now I don't know what to do. I guess I won't read. Let's, it doesn't seem like there's a ton of enthusiasm for it. So, yeah, what else can I say about PCGs, though? Everything has already been said, yo. The entire PCG franchise is already explored. That's a joke, not really. There's always more to... Wait, what? It went down to 50%, but I ended the poll. Yeah, so it's 50-50, the final poll results. Let me move myself, yeah, see? 50-50, whee! You choose, man, it's your stream, we can't ask any more from you. You kinda can, though, I mean, cause, like... yeah, that's true, I can do whatever I want, it is my stream, but... This is also a two-way interaction, you know, like... because, like, it kind of has to be that way, because it's also just not much fun for me if you guys aren't enjoying what I'm doing. So, it's like, you know, I mean, you can kind of, like, people tend to think of it like, a YouTube stream is, like, you know, it's one way, you know, it's like a YouTuber talking to his audience, but it feels more like, you know... Like, I don't know, like maybe like I'm hosting a party or something, you know, like people are over my house, but, you know, you know, they're also the guests, you know, it's like a two-way conversation, and if, you know, you say, hey, you know, let's watch my favorite episode of, you know, whatever show that nobody else likes, and, you know, everyone's like, nah, I don't really feel like it, and I'm like, I'm putting it on anyway, yay, you know? I mean, you can do that, I guess. It is your house, but even if it's your favorite show, you're not gonna have as much fun as you would if you did something that everyone is gonna be happy with, you know? How about the new vid? Like, wait, what new vid? Oh, the one that's being edited? Sinister says, I guess that's true. Yeah, I mean, like, certainly on my end, it doesn't feel like I have total control over what... I mean, I do have total control, but, you know, like, it is a social situation. There's people here, you know, talking to me that are in conversation with me. I respond to them. You know, even if you guys are just in chat, it's sort of a non-traditional conversation, but it is a conversation. And, you know, if... yeah, like, if you guys aren't having fun, I don't have fun. It's exactly the same as being in a party where only you are doing the thing you want and everyone else is sitting around bad, and that just feels awkward, you know, like, why would I want to do that? We're getting advice from this stream as well. Thanks, Sinister. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to make sure everyone is... when is the next PCG news? Ah, shoot, that's what I'm supposed to do. I had made the idea of myself that every Friday... I start writing PCG news. But clearly I'm doing this instead of that. I should, like, write the script for PCG news. Do it? What do you mean do it? Should I get off stream? Like, or do it on stream? Is that what you mean? Like, write the script on stream? That's not going to be an entertaining process. Cause like, it's just like, I don't know. I lost focus again, I'm sorry. Do it on stream? Alright, well, you're like 50% of my audience, so I wouldn't recommend doing it on stream. It ruins the suspense. That is true. That is true. It does. It does ruin the suspense. Although, then again, I don't have to do the whole thing on stream. I could do a little bit of it on stream. That might work. Just so like, you guys get, like, an insight into the process on what it's like. And, you know... you will not see the whole thing, and you'll see this part. Sinister says true, like a sneak peek. I like it. Alright, yeah, let's do it. So first of all, let's see. I will use Google Docs. And I use this doc. I usually link it in the description of my PCG News videos. This is a public doc, so any of you can edit it as well. So this is, you know, this is where I keep track of you know, links for stories I need to cover. Right now, there's only 3 stories that I put for myself. I think, like, I put... Wait. Yeah, Cool PCGs is on here. But then also, Paper Cat PCG, there's, like, Gnome 6, and Epic Worlds PCG, Search for the Dagger. Okay, do mine first, please? Sure, why not? Let's do yours first. So let's first, like, watch the video and remind ourselves of what it is about. Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. I'm doing something else than TCGs. It's PCGs. I love them.
Yeah, PCGs.
They're funner. You can, like...
I really like the art. I really like this guy. The colors is awesome. This is, like, really expressive. Like, this is, like, something I would expect to see on, like, I don't know, a professional, like, game book or something. I mean, I guess not the simplicity. Like, not the, like, the way the grass is drawn. Like, not that that's bad. I think that's perfectly expressive for a PCG. But I like the character, like, for sure. Like, if I saw that on the cover of, like, a game book that was being sold in a store, I would not be surprised at all. So this is really cool. But okay,
I love the thing about him, and yeah, I want to put it on the PCG shop.
Yeah, so this is tough, like, already. See, we're encountering a challenge in writing a PCG news story, because this video does not give me a ton of information. It gives me a really cool artwork. But let's see, is there yeah, is there... I feel like... Did you publish something else on this as well? I have to like figure out some information so I can say I finished my PCG, but that's not the same PCG, is it? Like... Wait, is this that? Wait, now I'm confused. Like, is this new PVG soon, I guess? Okay, but there's no info anyway. So, I finished my PCG, but this doesn't...
Hey guys.
I saw this video, and I don't think it's the same one, right? That you were showing before. So, that is tough. What do I write in PCG News? I have to write this in such a way that, Cool PCG says I will make a separate about the monster. But, like, yeah, tell me about this PCG. I don't know what it's called, and I don't know what it's about, so it's hard to write a, okay. So, you're getting an insight into the process. What do I do when I'm presented with something like this that I want to cover because it's cool, but I don't know what to say about this? Well, there are some things that you can do. Let's see. So this is the PCG News script from December 2022. So, let's copy and paste this. Let's make a... If it would load. My first PCG on YouTube is a scrap game. What's a scrap game? Come on, let me get back to Google Docs. Why is it being slow? Not a real game? I see, okay. Okay, so we're calling this PCG News Jan 2023. Okay, so, bam. We're pasting all that, but we're going to get rid of all this text in the middle. We're just going to keep the intro and the outro. Wait, did I delete too much? No, I'm good. Okay, hey folks, welcome back to PCG News, where we cover TCGs, blah blah blah. Okay, so that's our intro. Now, let's see. Folks, oh wait, whoops, that's bold. Folks, there's a new PCG maker in the community. This, he's got a YouTube called Cool PCG. Wait, I need to bold that. Cool PCGs. And he's already created his first paper computer game with some really cool art, as you can see. Now, this first game... So by the way, you guys are seeing part of the process because Cool PCGs just told me it's a scrap game. And that is part of the process of writing PCG News. Sometimes you have to, reach out to somebody and ask them, like, yo, what's the deal with this game? Like, give me more information and I'll include it in the shop. And when you do that, sometimes people will tell you, sometimes you can't reach them. Sometimes they'll even give you, like, exclusive art that you can show in PCG News, which is pretty sweet. But okay, now this first game has no title, and it's just a scrap game, which Cool PCGs says is not a real game. Nonetheless, it's got this really cool looking alien character in it. Let's also, I also want to, mention the second game, or, the full game you made. So let's watch this as well.
Hey guys, today I'm just going to showcase
Speed
the
this
game. What I actually did show, but it was an early version, so I think I'm going to put it on PCG shop. It's just something I need to learn. And
PCG cute guy.
just going to showcase. Alright, so some things about this game. These are danger zones. So if you go in them, this guy can kill you, so you don't need to go this way to find another way to go. Yeah, and also just PCGs. Just say that. Yeah, if you don't want spoilers, don't watch the video. I'm not gonna cutscene. Sorry for background noise, I'm just doing this outside, and that's why. Ending. Yeah.
Okay, so you said in the beginning of this video that it is what did you say?
Hey guys, today I'm just going to showcase the game. What I actually did show, but it was an early version,
So what you showed before was an early version, and this is the final game. And I guess that kind of makes sense, because there's that character, right? Yeah, there that guy is. That is really cool. Okay, so there's still not a ton of info about this game, so I'm gonna have to improvise as well, because I still don't know what the story is, where this is, who these people are, what they're doing. All I know is that there's these danger zones, which I think is a really cool concept. I'm liking this environment. I'm liking this look at that guy. That's so cool. Yeah, so the use of red there for the danger zone, cool. A good gameplay concept. This seems like it would be a really engaging game to play. But how do I write about it for PCG News is the struggle, because okay. All right, so let's revise this. Apparently, I'll make a vid about my PCG. Awesome. Yes, please do. But okay. But this guy, the scrap game did ultimately grow into a full PCG called, what's its actual title? It's Cute Guy PCG? Yeah, Cute Guy. Called Cute Guy. The lore, yeah. Cool PCGs. That's a cool thing to make a video about. Ooh, I gotta go. Let me just finish this paragraph. The player is a spearmint. Ah, yeah. See, that is good to know. Okay. Did ultimately grow into a full PCG called Cute Guy, using this some of the same characters. In the game, you play as a spearmint, and there are these danger zones to avoid, which I think is a cool mechanic. I'd like to see this game played so that because it seems like there's a lot of interesting characters to engage with, and I'd like to see the danger zones mechanic play out. Okay, and I think that's all I really have to say about that for now. Because, you know, a picture is worth 1,000 words. There's not a ton of lore I can talk about right now. So for this PCG news, I think that's fine. I can say these two things. There's a new PCG maker in the community. I should put an outro thing like, overall, cool PCGs is a super promising new creator in the PCG community and has some really cool art, and y'all folks should go and subscribe. Link in the description. Okay, that I think is all I need to say. Folks, there's a new PCG maker in the community. He's got a YouTube called Cool PCGs, and he's already created his first paper computer game with some really cool art, as you can see. So I'm like, I say it as you can see, so I'm imagining that as I say this, I'm showing, you know, the first thing, because like the first one is like the most detailed picture of this character, and I think like this would be really good footage to show while I'm saying that. So I'll be showing that and saying, now this first game has no title, it's just a scrap game, which Cool PCGs says is not a real game. Nonetheless, it's got this really cool looking alien character in it. The scrap game did ultimately grow into a full PCG called Cute Guy, using some of the same characters. In the game, you play as a spearmint, and there are these danger zones to avoid, which I think is a cool mechanic. I'd like to see this game played because it seems like there's a lot of interesting characters to engage with, and so, you know, this is a really good point to show footage from, you know, the second game over myself talking. Overall, Cool PCGs is a super promising new creator in the PCG community and has some really cool art, and y'all folks should go and subscribe. Link in the description. So yeah, I think that is, I think we're done with that one PCG. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open this in a new tab. I'm going to go back to my PCG News items thing. And now that I have written this, I am going to, if it would load. Oh, spearmint made by the company. Oh, let's change that. Made by the company. Yeah, there we go. Now that I have written this up, I will check that off my checklist, which is a cool feature that Google Docs have, and I think that we are done with that for now. So you guys have now gotten an insight into the process. I do have to go. I told Via I would pick her up and we would go to my friend Ari's together, so I am officially late, so I should get going. But thank you folks so much for watching. You folks are the best as always, and